Hello and welcome. My name is Eric, and today we're going to get an overview of Bassware's end-to-end invoice lifecycle management products, putting the AP in SAP. In today's video, we're going to cover four main processes: data and insights, AP automation, AP protection, and compliance. First up, we have data and insights. In this section, we're going to focus on Bassware's industry-leading AP analytics and reporting software and how it's enabling our thousands of customers around the globe to create better and more informed decisions with their AP processes. Let's take a look. So here we are in the system, following a user as they click on the Insights tab. Now, alongside Bassware's industry-leading KPIs and AP analytics, we have the Ask and Analyze button at the top left. This brings up the AP Data Agent. Now the user can use natural language to request information about their data. So whether it's a simple question like how long does it take an invoice to be processed, or a more nuanced question like how do my payment terms look, the Bassware AP Data Agent will contextualize the question and give the user relevant information. And now we're going to dive in a little deeper to really understand the outputs of the AP Data Agent. Here we can see the supplier name by invoice count. The user can easily change the visualization of that data. Hovering over this data will give them even more specific information, such as invoice count by supplier individually. And that's not all. The data agent can be further customized by using the Insights button. Here, we'll give you contextual information such as the top and bottom three supplier names by invoice count. And furthermore, clicking the Add to Pinboard button will now be able to add this data to our customized pinboard. This allows users to start creating and curating their own customizable dashboards. All of this information will be updated in real time. Clicking in on any of these tiles would bring up the information as if they just typed in that request for the first time. This allows users to now expand upon Bassware's industry-leading dashboard capability by allowing them to find the information they need when they need it. And Bassware's reporting capabilities don't stop there. We've worked with our customers to create a standardized list of reporting dashboards to help you and your organization thrive. For example, the CFO cockpit we see here was designed to give the CFO's office all of the high-level insights and KPIs that they might ask for when they're looking at the performance and the impact of the accounts payable process. Now, as I mentioned, Bassware works with our customers to help create these reports and dashboards. One of the questions we often get is how are we stacking up against the competition? So we created the benchmarks area of our insights. Here we can see how simple it is for a user to narrow down the industry, decide how high the bar they want to set, and Bassware will tabulate billions of data points of anonymized data so that you can see how you're stacking up against your competition. And that's not all. Bassware Insights also enables your team to prioritize the changes that deliver the greatest impact using simulation. Here in the Matching Simulation tab, your organization can now easily drill into different aspects of the AP automation process and see clearly how improvements in those areas would directly impact the straight-through processing rates. Now, historical data, as we saw, grounds us in the facts. Forecasting empowers us to act on them. Here in Bassware's Predictive Insights, your team will now have the ability to easily create actionable insights with forecasts in the areas of cash flow optimization, working capital impact, and straight-through processing times, among others. So as you can see, Bassware Insights transforms data into direction. For example, at our customer Dexicom, it helped cut invoice cycle time from 13 days to just 6, while bringing 94% of spend under control, all in a highly regulated global business environment. That's the real power of real-time visibility and AI-driven decision support. With Insights, finance teams don't just track performance, they shape it. Now, imagine pairing that intelligence with automation. Bassware AP Automation takes those insights and turns them into action, streamlining approvals, accelerating payments, and driving measurable impact. So now let's hop back into the system and follow an invoice as it's processed by Bassware's AP Automation. Let's take a look. Here we're seeing a supplier as they attach a PDF invoice to an email and email it to you via the Bassware network. Switching gears now, we can see that this invoice has been fully processed inside of Bassware without human interaction. The payment due dates can be executed from SAP's ERP. The data was automatically extracted using Bassware's Smart PDF. Purchase orders have been accurately associated with this invoice for straight-through processing. Purchase orders can be raised in SAP or in external systems easily through integration with Bassware. Now let's follow the user as they navigate to the invoice lines area, where we can see that each line has been associated with the purchase order number, as well as the confidence in which the AI has in associating the invoice line with the purchase order. Now we're dragging up this coding area just to see that all of the coding has been brought in from that purchase order we received from SAP. Now we're going to navigate over to the History tab to demonstrate that all of these processes have been completed by the system. The audit trail shows that there have been no manual interventions, that this invoice was straight through processed using Bassware. And just to reiterate, we just saw Bassware automatically extract the data, do a three-way match, and post to SAP with no manual intervention. Your suppliers will be paid on time, and your team will be freed up to work on more strategic initiatives. Now let's take a look under the hood at the AP cockpit, the engine that delivers touchless processing to your teams. Here, back in the Bassware system, your team will easily be able to see as invoices start from received, go through the matching and workflows, and into the transfer or ready-to-pay state in SAP. And while Bassware has the best straight-through processing rates in the industry, what do we do with exceptions? Well, back in the AP cockpit, your team can easily see when things get stuck in the system that need manual processing. Based on your company-defined rules, this system will automatically flag and analyze invoices as they come in. Clicking into the discrepancy, the system will easily explain the errors at hand, show the information that's needed to the user right here on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, the purchase order information will always be there to help with analysis. And with Bassware's responsive web UI and mobile-friendly email approvals, you can manage invoices and stay compliant from anywhere, whether you're at your desk or on the go. But ultimately, our goal is for you to have end-to-end touchless accounts payable automation. And with that goal in mind, here are a few ways where Bassware is utilizing artificial intelligence to help increase your straight-through processing. First up, when an invoice comes in and does not have a purchase order, Bassware utilizes smart coding and smart workflows to help free up your team's time. Smart coding will suggest coding based on historical documents, and smart workflow will suggest workflows based on how invoices have been routed in the past. As we follow this invoice through the smart workflow, we'll meet the AP Business Agent. This is an AI agent that utilizes historical data to give your users actionable insights onto each task associated with this invoice. And that's not all. We know teams spend 4 to 8 hours a week working on disputes, so we created an AI for that as well. Now the Bassware system can automatically call your suppliers on your behalf. That's right, the AI will automatically dial the supplier and explain the disputes professionally, help create a resolution. There will be a live transcription as you can follow the conversation in real time, and the AI will even provide a summary and next steps automatically. Bassware AP Automation delivers results that scale. Just ask our customer Ineo. By centralizing shared services and streamlining invoice processing, Ineo cut resources by 50%, unlocked $13 million in savings, all while achieving a 70% auto-processing rate. And automation is just the beginning. What happens after the invoice is processed? That's where AP Assurance and AP Protect take over, guarding every transaction and surfacing hidden value. With over 800 algorithms scanning daily data, AP Protect doesn't just find errors, it prevents them. From fraud to missed credits, it's real-time protection for your bottom line. So let's take a look. Utilizing over 800 algorithms, Bassware is able to unearth duplicates that wouldn't typically be flagged by an ERP system. And the likelihood percentage will help your team prioritize efforts accordingly. Now let's follow this user as they click into one of these duplicates to see what type of information Bassware can give you. Here we can see that the invoice number and amount are the same, but the supplier is different, which is a common issue for companies with many ERPs in different environments around the globe. But you might ask yourself, what about fraud? Well, Bassware has you covered there too. Whether it be from invoices were issued before vendors have been set up, suppliers invoicing just below your thresholds, or recent changes to bank details, Bassware automatically surfaces these risky invoices so you don't have to worry about them. And what about those dreaded reconciliations? How are you closing the loop in your AP process? At Bassware, we've seen enterprise AP teams spending up to 40% of their time just making sure credits have been processed to eliminate liabilities like GRNI. Well, rest assured, because now we're going to take a look at how Bassware can help you automate those reconciliations with AP Assurance. Here in the AP Assurance dashboard, users have easy access to all KPIs relevant to the reconciliation process. Clicking on View Reports under Missing Credits, we now see a clear list of suppliers, their missing documents, and the amounts associated. Clicking on the eyeball icon will drill into this supplier, and we'll now see all matched and missing credit reports associated with this account. Now, using the power of Bassware, the user can click on the Email button, which will automatically spin up an email with this information and send it off to the supplier. With Bassware's AP protection, organizations such as Texas Roadhouse have seen real results. They've identified nearly $300,000 in duplicate payments, have recovered tens of thousands of dollars, and are projecting a financial benefit of nearly $2 million. They've also achieved over 94% of spend under control and boosted e-invoicing adoption. But protection is just the beginning. Bassware Guardian builds on this by intelligently classifying documents as they enter your system, enforcing compliance rules, and ensuring every invoice meets internal and regulatory standards. Together, they create a powerful framework for secure, compliant, and efficient AP operations. Let's take a look. Guardian doesn't just classify documents, it acts on them. It auto-processes statements, links reminders to invoices, and forwards key items to matching systems. It checks both user-defined and compliance rules and rejects anything that doesn't belong. In other AP systems, a payment reminder like this we're seeing might be ignored, or even worse, cause errors. But with Guardian, it's different. These documents are now automatically classified, validated against compliance and user-defined rules, and linked to the correct invoices, ultimately turning supplier noise into actionable insights. And safeguarding your AP processes by preventing unwanted documents from entering through your AP front door. And Guardian doesn't stop there. We know that global operations come with complex, location-specific, and ever-changing tax and compliance rules. How do you keep up? Well, the Guardian Compliance Center provides a unified view of global regulatory health and operational efficiency. It's not just about tracking numbers, it's about understanding behavior across regions, identifying patterns, and proactively managing risk. From document flow to system alignment, the dashboard highlights how well your organization is adapting to the ever-evolving regulations. It surfaces high-risk items, monitors jurisdictional compliance, and shows how automation is resolving issues before they escalate. With regional breakdowns and trend analysis, teams can pinpoint where improvements are happening and where attention is needed. This isn't just monitoring, it's strategic insights that empower smarter decisions and ensures audit readiness across the board. As we've seen, Bassware's invoice lifecycle management products bring together insights, automation, protection, and compliance, creating a powerful foundation for global AP operations. When integrating with SAP, these capabilities become even more impactful, enabling seamless, secure, and compliant invoice processing at scale. Thank you for your time today. If you have any questions or want more information, please get in contact with your Bassware representative today. Thank you.